Hey y'all, I'm so glad to be back. I have missed everybody and I'm just glad to see you. Listen, we're going to make something kind of like soul food tonight. Have you ever just wanted a warm coconut pie? Well, we're going to make a custard pie tonight and it's going to be warm and it's going to be good. So, the recipe, this is my mama's recipe and we've been doing it since, well, I wrote the thing down in 2007, but we cooked it a long time before then. It's a real easy pie, so we're just gonna go through it really quickly. So, the first thing you want is 3 big eggs in here. But I've got 4, and the reason I did that is because my eggs aren't very big. So I'm afraid I better add 4, because you know the eggs are what makes that kind of thicken up in there. So I'm just gonna put that in my bowl. This is so easy, it's gonna be so good. Sometimes you just have to make a judgment call. And my judgment call is that it needs 4 eggs. I mean, you can't go wrong and nothing's gonna happen, you know, if you, or anything. So anyway, all right. The next thing we're gonna put is a cup of sugar. Let me get that out. Won't take me but a minute. I could have already had it done though before you couldn't. I went out there to cut my grass a while ago and my lawnmower, he decided he wasn't gonna work. So anyway, so I'm gonna beat up my eggs and my sugar together. Real good. Isn't this fun? Hey, the fun part's when we get to eat it. Okay. Now let's put in 2 cups of milk. I wish I had some whole milk to put in it tonight, but I do not have any. All right, there's 1 and 2. I've had a great day today. Little Banksy started to school today, and she came over after school and rode me around on her golf cart a little bit. Okay, we want to put in a teaspoon of vanilla. See, this is just so easy. I'm going to show you how to toast that coconut to go on top of it too. That's the fun part. All right, there's a teaspoon of vanilla. Do that around. All right, let's see, we've got our sugar in there. We've got a cup of sugar, 2 cups of milk, and I put 4 large eggs, teaspoon of vanilla, a pinch of salt. So I'll just say that's about 2 shakes. Y'all ever heard that 2 shakes of a happy sheep's tail? You ever heard that old saying? What it is that they'll say, how long is it going to take? My grandchildren will ask me that. They'll say, how long is it going to be? And I say, just as long as happy sheep, the quicker than a happy sheep's tail shakes or something like that. Let's see. How did that little saying go? All right, I'll think about it in a minute. Okay, it's got a 1/3 stick of melted butter. I had mine melted. It's trying to get hard again on me. All right, and a tablespoon of cornstarch. Get that out. Tablespoon. And got to put in our coconut. A cup of coconut. Should have mixed that cornstarch in there with that sugar and stuff to start with. You can just get that little tiny bag of coconut. That's what I got at the pig. I just got that little bitty one. Because that's all you need, because you don't need but a cup. But I am going to toast some coconut. I'm going to let you see me do that in just a minute. Okay, that's it. Let me make sure I put everything in there. Cup of sugar, 2 cups of milk, 4 large eggs, teaspoon of vanilla, pinch of salt, 1/3 stick of butter, cup of coconut, and a tablespoon of cornstarch. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the pie shell. The last time I cooked this, This is a deep dish, but I had some left over, and I just put it in a little bitty casserole dish and cooked it without a shell, and it was delicious too. Okay, I've got my oven preheated to, or trying to preheat to 350 degrees. I'm going to put this in my oven. Very gently. I don't feel like cleaning out a stove today. All right, and I'm gonna let that cook for about an hour or two. There's just a little bit of jiggle in it. You don't want to cook it too much, but when you shake it, if it jiggles just a little, it's done. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to toast the coconut. Let me get me a skillet. We're gonna put y'all right over here so you can see. And turn it down a little bit like that. Let me get a skillet. I'm just going to get this little bitty one right here. And I'm going to put just about a tablespoon, a teaspoon. About that much. About a teaspoon of butter in it. I'm going to turn it on high. Get me a little spoon. And I like to sprinkle this on the top. I love toasted coconut. You just put it in there. You know how it kind of gets brown and makes your pie pretty? I'm going to just put it in like that. I'm toasted more than I need. And the reason is, I'm going to put some on this other little part over here. You see, I had this much left over. I'm fixing to put it in something. I'm not going to waste it, that's for sure. I'll put it in this little bitty pan right here, and we'll cook it too. I'll just put it in, and it'll be like a little custard. I guess we could have, what you might could have done was taken 2 pie shells instead of 1 and made kind of a skinny pie to go with it. I'm going to put this in. And we will have that also. Okay, my butter's melted on here. You don't want to put too much butter. And do it like that. Stir it around a little bit. Anyway, let me see what else happened today. Not much other than me working all day and everything. And my lawnmower, that just really upset me because I went out. I like to cut sometimes in the cool of the evening after the sun is just about trying to go down. And I went out there to do it and I couldn't do it. So here I am cooking with you. But I have missed y'all. I've missed being in the kitchen with you. I love to read your comments. I wish I had time to read every single one of them, but y'all know well as I do, that's just about impossible. I know y'all read some of the comments too. And you know, you can't read all of them either. It's not just me. Y'all are as bad as I am about trying to do all this work. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Turn y'all off a little bit, let this brown, then I'll turn it back on. And I'm going to be standing here stirring it. Okay. Okay, our coconut is kind of toasted. Let me let you look at it. See? I tell you what, though, while y'all were gone from me, I did add 1 more teaspoon of butter because it was getting too dry. But you want it to be kind of brown like that and kind of hard. So I've got it off, but I'm going to just sit it here. I'm going to let it sit in this pan and let it kind of dry out, and it'll get real kind of crunchy and hard, and it'll be good. When I was a little girl and my mother would make coconut cakes, she always made them at Christmas time. And they were so good, but she and Daddy, they'd get this coconut. And do y'all ever see those in the grocery store anymore? I hardly ever see a coconut unless it's right at Christmas time. But they would get those coconuts and hit the nail in those 3 eyes that were on the top. Daddy'd get a hammer and he'd hammer them out. Mama would turn it over and put it on a glass. And when she did that, the coconut milk would come out, and then she'd give it to us and we'd drink it. Everybody'd get a sip. Yes, we drank out of the same glass, and everybody got a sip out of the same glass. We didn't think about germs back then. We just played out in the yard all the time and barefoot, and we were exposed to all kinds of stuff. I mean, when I was little, I had measles, the bad kind. I had the little 3-day measles, and then I had that red measles, which was, I was sick for probably over a week. And then I had mumps and all those childhood diseases we got. And then I remember when I was in elementary school, they came around at the lunchtime and gave everybody a sugar cube. That was for polio. So you'd go through the lunch line and you'd get a sugar cube, and they had to see that you put it in your mouth and you ate it. But I had one little boy in my neighborhood, he had polio. I had 2 kids in my neighborhood, they had mumps and with me, and then 2 more children had the whooping cough, and we'd be out in the street playing jump rope, and Jenny would get to coughing. I wish I knew where they were. If anybody knows 2 sisters named Becky and Jenny that lived in Northport or Tuscaloosa, I wished I knew. One was blonde-headed and one was dark-headed. And they were this, I can't even think of their last name, but they had, one of them had whooping cough, and she would cough out there with us jumping rope. I thought she was just going to die right in front of us. But anyway, enough of my stories. But anyway, when the pies come off, I'm going to sprinkle this on top of it. And it's going to be mighty good. But I'm not going to eat any tonight. It's dark. Right now it's 7:30. It'll be 8:30 before I take it off. But I'm not going to eat it because it's got sugar in it. And I'll probably be up all night. And I don't want that happening. I'll talk to y'all a little bit when I take it off. I'll show you how it looks. Okay? Bye. Okay, y'all. Our coconut pie is ready to come out of the oven. Let's get it out. I opened it up and took a peek. All right. Ooh, it looks so good. Now, see how it just barely jiggles? Can you watch this? I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me tap it. I don't know if you can tell it. See it jiggling? That's just the kind of jiggle you want. It's been on for a little bit over an hour. And this is that's the leftover coconut. And look, we made a pretty little casserole too. A little coconut pie. Now I'm going to sit them over here. Now come over here. We're going to put on some of our little toasted coconut on top of it. Our toasted coconut is hard. This is, it's just, it feels like a little potato chip. It's just real hard. And that's what tastes really good on it. So, but this, you can tell a little coconut to show it, but I like to put just a little bit of your toasted coconut on top of this. A little bit more. Isn't that beautiful? And then you can put some on your little casserole dish. And then I can just eat that other. I'm going to put it in a little baggie. I love toasted coconut. I love coconut any way you fix it. I'm going to turn my oven off or I'll forget. All right, I'm going to get me just a taste of this. I won't cut the pie tonight. I'm just going to let it kind of cool. But I will get some of this little part. I'll let you see kind of how it looks. See? You got your little custard in there. See how firm it is, and yet it's got a good flavor, I bet. It's delicious. All right, this was just an easy little custard pie. So you can do this, and it'll be so good, you can do it tomorrow. You probably got everything you need, except for the coconut. Heck, you might have some of that too. Y'all have a wonderful night. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.